I started doing this mosque tour guide thing 10 years ago, and I'm 70 now. The last 10 years has been very satisfying. We meet hundreds of tourists every day. The majority of us are retirees because there's no monetary reward in being a volunteer in the masjid tour guide activity. Some of us are CEOs, general managers, businessmen, teachers, cabin crew, professors from the university.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, today we're in the Masjid Shalam with Brother Nash. So, Brother Nash, could you please tell us what is your role in this organization and how long have you been joining them?
Yes, thank you. Before I started, I was working in the corporate world for nearly 40 years, and I was living a fast life, high corporate position, and life was very fast. 10 years ago, I retired. When I retired, a friend of mine brought me here, and then my friend told me he's doing this tourist thing, and I found a liking for doing it. So I started doing this mosque tour guide thing 10 years ago. I've been doing this, and I'm 70 now. The last 10 years has been very satisfying. We meet hundreds of tourists every day. They come basically to see the beautiful architectural design, and we show them around for an hour. We explain to them what is the symbol, the significance of the minaret, the dome, the structure, the color. And there's no money in this. I discovered this is a completely voluntary work. I discovered it is a calling. This is my calling. And the bonus is when the tourists leave feeling fully satisfied with the tour. And I take it upon myself personally to dispel Islamophobia. Most of the tourists come here, they are foreigners. They have Islamophobia in their mind. After 1 hour with us, they completely cleared.
Their misunderstanding, misinformation about Islam is gone.
It's gone after 1 hour, yes. The tourists do not understand the Quran. They don't read the Quran. And the tourists have never heard about the Hadith. They look at you personally, how you behave when you're with them. So we show them the best akhlaq when we are the tourists, and they look at us. We appear just like them. We are not brandishing anything, any weapons. We show our best behavior. That is how we dispel all misinformation.
Like you show them how Muslims are supposed to behave
in a normal life. Yes, correct. We explain to them, we tell them a little bit about Islam, the truth about Islam. We're not trying to subvert them or convert them. We just want to share the knowledge of Islam with them. And that has been satisfying, especially when we read comments in the register book or in the QR code comment platform. They always say the best time they were in Malaysia was coming to the Blue Mosque. And they always write in the comment, they want to come again to visit the Blue Mosque and tell all the friends and families back home to visit the Blue Mosque.
They really have a good memories here.
Yes, we try not just let them see the mosque. We try to give them an experience. We elevate the tour from just a standard tourist tour to an experience, and they like that. And I find it a bonus when they are fully satisfied and they write compliments, sincere compliments in the book about the experience they gain after visiting the mosque.
I'm Rina, I'm from Japan. I really enjoyed touring Blue Mosque. Thank you.
It was very interesting. I think we know things we didn't know before. Yeah, we will tell our friends and family.
We really enjoyed our build and mosques.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It was a great time.
It's very interesting for me. Thank you so much.
It was very interesting and unique experience I've never heard. It was great.
Terima kasih.
Hello, I'm Blue. I come from China, Beijing.
Konnichiwa, Rudy. Welcome to MSSAAS.
So Blue Mosque is wonderful and amazing. You should visit here. Blue Mosque, definitely.
Say something.
Hello, we are from Taiwan. Thanks for Mr. Nash introducing us the mosque. It was very fun and very beautiful place, and it's amazing. Yes.
All right, Brother Nash, you mentioned that you have spent almost 10 years as the mosque tour guide, and you really regard this as a rewarding voluntary work. And so you really enjoy just showing them the truth of the Islam and how a real Muslim look like.
Yes.
During this process, you face any challenges from the beginning compared to now?
This activity, this mosque tour guide activity started here in the Blue Mosque about 12, 13, 14 years ago. It was started by an NGO called Islamic Outreach ABIM. We numbered 50 those days. All of us were under the Islamic Outreach ABIM until 6 years ago. We must have done a good job, so much so that the mosque took over the function of the NGO, and then we all are now under the mosque, directly under the Imam Besar.
You will have some trainings before being the guide?
Yes. We will have to be interviewed. We will have to have basic knowledge on Islam. And then there is always training on how to become a good guide. Every few months, there is a training session. Everybody is refreshed, rebooted, and
continuous study.
Yes, so that we are motivated again. Every few months, we attend full-day training session. And now our numbers are less than 50 because over the last few years, especially during the pandemic, there was attrition, there was resignation due to health factor. Most of the guides are retirees like me. We have the time. We want to spend productive time, and this is the best way we can spend our time. We do shift. Everybody does once a week 4-hour shift.
Once a week
4-hour shift. Sometimes during peak period, we double up by getting the volunteers to assist the daily guides. So today we have 6 numbers. Normally we have 3 or 4. But because this is a peak time, summer in Japan, summer in China, we are expecting like 400 tourists wanting to come. So we put in 6 people.
Where are they mainly from among those tourists?
Most of the tourists are from Japan.
Japan
used to be the majority tourists. They number 70% out of the tourist arrival in this masjid. 70% are Japanese. But now, over the last 2 years, the Chinese from mainland China are visiting the mosque in huge numbers. It is now 50-50 between Japan and Japanese.
All of them are from
mainland
East Asia.
Yes, from East Asia.
China and Japan.
Correct, East Asia. And only a small percentage from Europe. The difference between this mosque and the Pink Mosque and or the National Mosque, the tourists that come here, they come out of the way from Kuala Lumpur to visit this mosque on a personal basis. Whereas the tourists that visit the Pink Mosque or Masjid Putra and the National Mosque, they're on a package. Whether they like it or not, the bus after leaving the hotel takes them to Masjid Negara, for instance, and then Dataran Merdeka, and then the River of Life, and then Indian Temple in Chinatown, Batu Cave. That's part of the city tour. Those tourists that come to this mosque, they're not on a city tour. They come on a personal basis. They take the
Grab. It is their choice.
Yes, it is the choice. Leaving Kuala Lumpur, taking a Grab or taking a minibus with their own group to visit this mosque. So that is special.
So it means before they come here, they do some homework and they know this masjid. It is very famous, located in Selangor. It's worth visiting.
I think so. We consider them like guests of Allah. We try to give them the best treatment, best experience when they visit this mosque.
Yes, anyone who visits the house of Allah, we welcome them warmly.
Very warmly.
Normally, what are the most part they feel interested, such like the questions they...
Everything. From the minaret, which used to be the tallest minaret in the world. There are 4 minarets, now it's the 4th tallest minaret. The dome is reputed to be the largest dome in the world until today. So they come to see the dome, they're amazed when they see the, oh, kawaii.
It really amazed them.
Yes, and they are awestruck. You can see them with the gaping jaws. They are awestruck when they see the minaret. They are awestruck when they see the dome. And then they are awestruck when they come into the main prayer hall and they see this expanse volume of the mosque under the dome. And then we explain why we pray, why Muslims pray 5 times a day, why there is a need for obligatory prayers at all. And they all absorb the new knowledge with great interest. It
takes time for them to digest all the new information.
Yes, it gives us a lot of satisfaction when they really show interest. Wow, sugoi.
This unique experience is totally different from what they observe or gain from the mainstream media.
Yes, all of them think about Islam as violent, as uncivilized, oppressive to women. And after spending 1 hour with us, all those negative thoughts are completely eliminated because we explain to them the truth in the most simplest way and the most easiest way to understand, using their language, sometimes using simple English language.
Since you have to face the tourists from different countries like China and Japan, is it mandatory for the team members to learn their language like Chinese or Japanese?
The main medium is English. We speak English to all nationalities, Japanese, Chinese, European, Indians. We use English. But because the majority of the tourists are Japanese and Chinese, we have opened up classes, Japanese classes once a week, and we have to attend Mandarin classes too. So most of us can speak conversation Japanese. For example, watashi wa Nash desu. Watashi wa Mosuku no volunteer desu. Yokoso Blue Mosque. Welcome to Blue Mosque. We wish them arigatou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, sayonara. Be more than that.
It brings you closer because they really
They
see
feel
the
like falling on the
Malaysians
chair.
speak even simple Japanese to them.
We also have Mandarin classes now because of the influx of Mandarin speaking Chinese tourists from mainland China. So we have Mandarin classes also. We try to speak conversation, especially at the beginning when we welcome them. We try to speak their language, but most of the time we still speak simple English.
Except for the language, what other qualifications that one may need to join your team to do this voluntary work?
Number one, akhlaq. You need to be the correct akhlaq, character.
Okay.
Number two, sincerity. You must be ikhlas in wanting to do this, because there's no monetary reward in being a volunteer in the masjid tour guide activity. Number three, you have to be passionate in wanting to spread the truth, share the truth, and compassionate, patient, dealing with all kinds of people. For the first time you're meeting them, you have to be patient, human behavior. But all this will be dependent on your akhlaq. If your akhlaq is very good, you will have all those others: sincerity, patience, passion, compassion. They come together. Those are the qualities. It's not degree or masters. They are useful.
But your personal characters really matters.
Yes, definitely. Half of us are from the corporate sector. Some of us are CEOs, general managers, and some of us are businessmen. Some of us are teachers, cabin crew, professors from the university, former professors from the university, because the majority of us are retirees.
Okay, Brother Nash, since you have been meeting numerous tourists from all over the world, is there any memorable experience that you would like to share?
Oh yes, so many. For example, I met an opera singer from China, very young lady. When she came in, she looks like an artist, celebrity. She was dressed like a celebrity. Of course, we put the jubah. Took her for an hour. At the end of the tour, she was so excited about the new knowledge that she gained, and she wanted to tell all her friends in China to visit the mosque in China before coming to Malaysia to visit the Blue Mosque. She was so interested in Islamic knowledge, and I was so happy to share with her. And I met a group of giggling Taiwanese ladies, and they were so excited after visiting the mosque, gaining new knowledge. And of course, I tried to add humor when I explained about the mosque, about Islam. And these giggling Taiwanese ladies, they enjoyed the tour so much. And of course, it gives me tremendous satisfaction. And there are other Europeans who came in as an atheist. And after an hour with us, with me, with other tour guides, they understand why everything is done, everything that we see, we feel, we experience in this world, in this universe, there is such a thing called the Supreme Creator. That was a big yes for me, especially after convincing the atheists that there is a Supreme Creator, and he agreed, and he wants to learn. He promised he wants to read up.
He acknowledged the existence of God.
Yes, the Supreme Creator, he calls it. That's good enough. There are many other stories, some are too personal to tell. And I have made friends from all over the world, especially from Japan and China. Some remain friends. We exchange email occasionally. We keep in touch after many years. That gives me tremendous satisfaction to continue to do what I've been doing the last 10 years.
It's a kind of motivation.
Yes, that is the
Every
motivating
day
factor.
you meet different people and you share the truth of
It's the
Islam
simple
to them.
truth, yes.
And they ask you various questions as
Various
well.
questions. Why we pray, why we have to take wudu ablution, why we pray like this, like that, the ritual. They are interested to know. And after we explain and demo to them, they think that was awesome.
Since it is a really unique experience and interesting, do you accept people from other fields to join you as volunteer?
Oh yes, we welcome anybody with open arms. This NGO is called MNSG, Masjid Negeri Selangor Guide. And we welcome anybody. First of all, they'll have to contact us. There's a number. If anybody goes to the website, Masjid Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Aziz Shah, there's a number. And then they can just send a simple intention and we will tell them to come for an interview. During the interview, we try to size them up, whether they meet the minimum criteria, whether they are that person who can do this for a long time, not for a month or two.
Based on their passion and sometimes maybe the basic knowledge of Islam.
Yes, even if they do not have enough knowledge of Islam, I have produced a guidebook where all the guide will have to use it so that it is run uniformly. And this guidebook was just produced about a year ago.
A handbook for,
all guides.
Training.
Yes, and every few months we have training session. It's basically about comparative religion so that there is knowledge for the guides to learn new knowledge about comparative religion.
Exactly.
And about how to enhance and solidify our iman. We're meeting all kinds of people. So we have that training session every few months to make us stronger, more confident, more motivated, more passionate. And we welcome anybody to join us as a guide.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much for sharing all this story and information.
Thank you very much for watching this video. For more information, please go to our website, Masjid Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Aziz Shah, or MSSAAS website. We'll have more info in that. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Jazakallah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.